All right, here we are today. We're going to come check out this beautiful community garden in Indian Wells, California. Um, for some of you that may not know, this is in the Coachella Valley. It's one of the lesser known cities in between Palm Desert and La Quinta. Um, this is a beautiful community garden that pretty much all the plots are filled. Now, I would assume that most of these people they live in an area where they can't grow vegetables and fruits, so they're able to come use one of these spaces and do that for themselves and have a little bit of produce that they did themselves, which is very cool. So, for those of you that are interested in gardening, interested in growing things, but you don't have the space because you live in a apartment or a condo or an HOA that prohibits that, um, I would encourage you to go find a community garden somewhere nearby and get a plot and grow what you want. Try things out. Don't just focus on fruits and vegetables. That's very important. Herbs, flowers, edible flowers. You can see that there's a wide assortment of things. Some things are pretty wild, which that's right up my alley. Many years ago, before we were able to purchase our home, we lived in a condo, and before that we lived in an apartment, and I wanted to grow things, but I didn't have the space. I do wish I would have started back then, um, and I'd more than likely be further along, but that's okay. So, some of us, we get discouraged by our situations. I would encourage you to find a solution for that. So then when the time comes when hopefully you do have some more space, you're able to implement the things that you've already practiced. And you can't teach experience, so you got to get out there and just do it. So I would encourage you to find a way, find a community garden, find a friend with a yard if you have to. Look at that beautiful salvia. Uh, Actually, I'm sorry, that's not true. That's lavender mixed in with the tomatoes. Now you can see a little geranium right there too. So you can see some of these guys are pumping out some beautiful tomatoes. And let's be honest, like out of the one thing you can grow, tomatoes are probably the most grown thing. And there's a good reason for that because everybody loves beautiful, good, delicious tomatoes, especially when you know what's been put on or hasn't been put on. So there's a few empty beds right there you can see. Maybe they weren't rented out. So if you're in Indian Wells and you want a garden, well, there you go. There's some right there, some beautiful lettuces. Um, it's just a cool space. You would think in an upscale community like this that maybe this wouldn't be an option or these people wouldn't be interested. I can almost guarantee you most of these people probably grew up with gardens. They had grandparents or parents that gardened, and it's something that stuck with them. So even though they're older and more than likely successful in life, they've decided to take the time and come here and plant a garden, which I think is amazing. Um, so and maybe some of these people need some help. Maybe you can't. Your situation doesn't allow you to go and rent a plot, right? Well, find somebody that has one, and maybe they need some help, and you can help them, and you can improve it. You can look at some of this stuff. A lot of this stuff needs some trimming. Uh, it needs some TLC more than some of these people may be wanting to give it or have the time to give it. So, but you can't teach experience. You got to get out there and do it. I always say that to myself, and I say that to other people. So don't find a reason to not do it. Just do it. Just get it done. Look at those beans right there. I bet they're gonna have some good stuff here pretty soon. You see the flowers coming in. Look at the chard. Yeah, man. I mean, that's awesome. I think it's great. Grow whatever you can grow. I learned from somebody many years ago, grow for yourself, grow for your friends and family, grow for the pests, and grow for the thief. If we all were growing stuff, we'd have plenty of food to eat, everyone. And we wouldn't have to rely on the machine. Now, don't get me wrong, farming's hard. It's hard. But what it's become is this huge industrialized thing that, you know, we benefit from, but we don't because the type of food that we get that's sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, miticides, and synthetic fertilizers has very low nutritional value. It's not nutrient dense, and we wonder why we don't feel good, why we don't have energy, why we're obese. So this is something that everybody should get into, and don't have an excuse of why you can't. Find somewhere where you can grow. Find somebody who's growing that you can help. And then when you're in the situation where you're able to have a big garden or a bigger garden or any garden, you're ready. You've done it. You know what to do. You know how to implement it, and you're not going to have as steep as a learning curve. I've had huge learning curves. I've failed so much, it's ridiculous. I've lost thousands upon thousands of dollars on plants and trees, and that's okay too. You got to just get out there and get the experience for yourself and know what works and what doesn't work, and just keep going. So I would encourage you, if you're watching this and you are interested in growing food, but you don't know how or you don't know where, find somebody who's doing it. Go on social media, go on Facebook, go on Craigslist, go on wherever you can find. Go to find a local community garden, put something up. Find somebody who's doing it and latch onto them and help them out. And yeah, when the time comes, you're going to be ready to go, because we would all be in a better place if we were all growing food. Then we would all just be in a better space mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally if we were eating good food, that we knew what was put into it or what wasn't put into it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this walk around through this garden. Please comment, ask me questions. Anything that I can do to help you move further along in your growing journey, I would love to do. I have a food forest now. I have many raised beds. I build custom raised beds for friends and clients and myself and use them. So any way that I can help you, I would love to do it, because when we help each other, it makes things easier. And when you're not having to do everything yourself, it makes the journey a lot better, because we can get discouraged easily. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have a blessed day.